Let me take one of these request things on the telephone. Hello, is there anybody there? Let me take one of these request things on the telephone. Hello, is there anybody there?
Hello?
Hi. Oh, thank goodness you came in there, Betty.
Yes.
Who is this?
My name is Betty.
Hey. How are you? Where are you phoning in from?
Walpole, Massachusetts.
Walpole, Massachusetts. I haven't been there for years.
Yeah, you've been to Foxborough Stadium where the New England Patriots have played.
Ooh, hush my mouth. It's all getting too intimate, too fast, you know. Betty, what song would you like to hear?
I'd love to hear China Girl.
Okay, yeah.
I've been listening to you for over 20 years, and I just, thanks for being you.
Thank you very much, Betty. Yeah, we'd love to play China Girl for you, sure.
You studied to be a mime, I heard.
I was about 7. Look, there you are. That's all you're getting out of me.
Yeah.
Oh, don't push me.
What?
Yeah. Around 17, I realized I was a mime trapped in a man's body. So, I mean, this is really quite embarrassing to talk about, you know. Anything to do with mime in America is embarrassing to talk, because you get killed by clowns over here, don't you?
Yeah.
According to Bob
No,
Goldthwait.
but there's some good mimes. You probably would have been a good mime.
It was kind of a revolutionary company that I was with, and because they spoke.
Well, that's not a mime.
That's why they were revolutionary.
Now, wait, and also you studied to be a monk?
Yeah, I realized one day when I was around 18 that I was a monk in a mime's body. Yes, I kind of, you know, I was young, fancy-free, and Tibetan Buddhism appealed to me at that time. I thought, there's salvation. It didn't really work. Then I went through Nietzsche, Satanism, Christianity, pottery, and ended up singing. It's been a long road.
Yeah.
What kind of audience you're going to come back to face?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm thinking in a kind of way. You may have to create a whole new scene for yourself.
No.
What?
Can't qualify that. I'll just come back and play my songs.
The last verse is great, though. What was the last verse? Do you remember?
I don't.
It's man hands misery onto man. It deepens like a coastal shelf. So get out as soon as you can and don't have any kids yourself. Now that's an English poem, isn't it?
So you didn't like your mum and dad or what they'd done to you?
Wings of a dove.
Dove,
There's
yeah.
a funny note in that one, you see.
Yeah.
Weird, isn't it?
So what I'm trying to get at now, I'm even more confused than when I first started. But
oh, you don't know? I confuse
Mr.
myself
Hanks is
sometimes.
totally confused.
No, he's not.
No, I'm
don't
still
let the
good.
suit fool you.
Yeah, I'm still going through Tubby the Tuba in my head.
Because you're big on the internet.
Yeah. I've got my own site, plus I've got a kind of an art site that really the idea is to help graduate students find some kind of way to show their work and get known without having to pay huge commissions to dealers. We usually take about 50% of what an artist makes.
That's still a better deal than you had in the 70s, isn't it, with your agency main man? You were getting about 10% of your total fee, weren't you?
I wasn't that lucky, Jonathan.
Because you made nothing for years, didn't you?
I made nothing. I had a lovely wardrobe, though.
Yeah.
My fat lot of good it does you when you're kind of, you know, trying to find some place to live when you're dressed like that.
But when I found that... Can you imagine? Bloke comes to look at the flat, yeah, it's a lot insane outside. I'm sorry, mate, we're full.
He's got a knitted cosy and his legs missing and his arms missing and he's wearing like a fur thing and he wants to know if the room's available.
I think if you put Clive on his back, he'd be taller than me.
Sorry?
If you put Clive on his back, he'd be taller
All
than
right,
me.
now listen, you've got these high heel things.
Very
on.
high heel shoes.
But they don't count. Oh, OK, it counts.
Well, look, there you go, I'll give you... I should... Measure out 5'10 and a half.
I can't do 5'10 and a half.
Guess.
Are you 5'10 and a half?
Yes.
You're not 5'10 and a half.
5'10 and a half.
OK, all right, hang on a minute. Let's see.
What are you?
6 foot 2, there you go.
That's pretty accurate.
David.
I'm still big.
Bowie?
I'm B-O...
Go on.
Carry on.
W-I-N. Okay, officially, David Bowie's taller than Benno.
Do you read your reviews? And do you, when a new album comes out, do you really look to see what they're saying?
I love reading other people's reviews, especially if it's something I don't like very much. And they get a real hatchet job, and I go, yes! And then I go, no,
gosh, this person's talking sense, and the next week they do it to you.
David Bowie's out, oh, no, that guy just doesn't understand. You know, really, he's got his own agenda.
Yeah, it's classic. Probably in the pay of a record company.
Absolutely.
Florence Foster Jenkins.
Yeah, now explain to me who she is.
Florence Foster Jenkins is one of my all-time favourite albums. She was kind of a socialite in the 30s in New York, and was so famous that she could pay people or bribe them to come and see her sing. And she was probably the worst singer ever in America. But she thought she could do opera, and she would do these little recitals or soirees in her pad in off East Side somewhere. And all the local doyens would go around and watch her and laugh secretly. You know, well, she thought she was getting a bigger and bigger fan base, so she booked herself at Carnegie Hall. And it sold out in a matter of minutes. And everybody, when she started singing, just fell into the aisles. Nobody could believe that this woman could be so awful. And she died about a month later, presumably a broken heart. But she's one of my all-time greats.
Well, for those who haven't had the Florence Foster Jenkins experience, we've got a little piece of her from her album here. Have a listen. This is legitimate too. We haven't made this up. We haven't dug this up. This is taken from her album.
I'm going to cover one of her things one day.
And she brings it home too. There's a note here she can't quite reach. That's unbelievable. How did you hear about her? I'm fascinated by her. Because look, we went out and bought the album.
Oh, great.
We read that it was one of your top 25 albums.
This is the one to get, folks.
We tracked it down.
Yeah.
But I love the fact it's called The Glory with 4 question marks of the human voice.
Yeah. There's a wonderful picture of her. She was a big lady, you know.
So how did you hear about her?
I got the most extraordinary record collection. You wouldn't believe what I've got. Everybody else gets, you know, Hendrix and stuff like that, but I've got stuff like Florence Foster.
Florence Foster.
Well, there you are.
Well, you've enlightened us all, so that's fantastic.
What do I think of Madrid so far? It's terribly crowded with people. They're very friendly people, aren't they? It's the kind of place where you just have to tie your shoelace up. I'm sorry? It's obviously... Yes, of course. And
Yeah, now?
here is the famous...
No.
Yes.
Not even an estimate. Not even an estimate. I don't believe it.
That was the very famous Barbara of Seville, who no longer wishes to...
They say you dare come to me, you know? I mean...
Was it? Yes, that's the
Tell me the story of your eyes.
The story of my eyes. Well, let me take one out. When I was about 12 or 13, I had a very good friend called George, and probably the person at the time that I liked even more than George was his girlfriend. And I unfortunately started trying to date her. And so quite rightly, he hit me. And I ended up in hospital. And it paralyzed the pupil. So it's a very simple story.
But was it music that engaged you, or was it the sort of showmanship of it all?
It was really the music and the showmanship of it all.
The two.
It was the combination.
You're on the line with Mr. Bowie. This is Paige. Paige, tell him where you're from.
Hi, I'm from Puyallup, Washington.
Yeah. Puyallup.
Puyallup, yes.
Okay, fine. I'll let that go completely.
It took me 20 years to learn how to pronounce it.
Oh, now I feel so much better. Thank you. Paige, what would you like us to play for you?
Well, you know, my brother used to lip sync your songs back when lip syncs were big. He went out, bought the yellow suit and everything.
Oh, that's great. When lip syncs were big, what does that mean exactly? Was it like...
when it was.
I was pretty much asleep in the 80s, but it's something I should did it like. It was like a Milli Vanilli thing, you mean?
I know, yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Wow. And what were there, like, shows locally, lip-syncing shows and stuff?
Yeah, they did it.
One of the greatest lip-syncers on the stage today. Kind
At
of
the
thing.
bars.
Really?
Yeah, they had contests. and-
Did your brother ever win?
I think he usually came in second to his best friend. He did really good when he dyed his hair orange on accident.
So carry on, Paige. I'm sorry. So tell me.
Yeah. Well, you know, he used to do Modern Love in Let's Dance.
Uh-huh. And?
You know, I would love to hear Let's Dance, so. Because that's my personal favorite of yours.
We would absolutely adore to play it to you.
You, I have to bring this up. This pin is actually a great.
Oh no, it's supposed to be there.
No, that's I was talking about the pin. Yeah, I was like, there's dandruff here, and I have to talk about this.
Huge piece of green dandruff.
That is a high honor from the country of France, is it not?
Yeah, from the French government. Hello, hello.
Yeah. They're keeping tabs on you.
They're keeping tabs on me, yeah. They give you an award and a microphone. Just to make sure you don't sell the award to anybody.
This is tell us what that award is.
Well, it's the Order of Arts and Letters, and I'm not sure if that's a Knight of the Order of the Arts and Letters or a Commander, because they sent me both, which was thrilling.
You didn't have to go and get it in a formal ceremony?
The thing is, with awards, they expect you to turn up for them, and I don't go because I don't want to have to do that to get an award.
Right.
Because they say, well, look, you come here and we'll give you this award for being a great person, and if you don't want to come, we're going to give it to somebody else. And so I said, well, that's fair enough then. Give it to somebody else, because I only want one that you really mean.
Right.
Anyway, I told the French that I couldn't come over for the award thing, and they put it in an envelope and sent it to my house.
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard of.
That was the hippest kind of thing I'd ever. So it's the only one I ever wear, because I thought, I got this by envelope.
Yeah. You were just going through your mail, like gas bill, electric bill, high order of letter of arts.
Just slap that on.
And you know, the amazing thing is that you nearly threw all that away, all that creativity, through drugs, and you got through it in the end.
Yeah, it's well, I guess all that period was pretty fine. You know, it was the later years, the later part of the 70s, but. My story in terms of drugs and the alcohol and all that is no different to anybody else's, and it's almost a textbook story. So.
Except you survived it.
Yeah, well, a lot of us did, you know. I'm not the only one by any means.
Just tell me, because it's fascinating in research. Right. So about you saw a guy on CNN, a doctor was talking about the effect that cocaine had on the human brain. I don't know if it changed your mind about drugs, but certainly had an effect of making you not want to take drugs.
Oh, that actually, yes, no, that didn't put me off at all, actually, when I saw that. I saw that in, it was in the 70s, and I saw that, and I said, whoa, too cool. I think it was there was showing a brain of cocaine users and all the holes that were in it. They're great, huge holes. I thought, yeah. That's me. It didn't occur to me that this was a bad thing. I mean, that didn't come for quite a while later.
Hell of a beautiful woman.
She'll get a kick out of that.
She's an incredible-looking woman. And she could do better.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't agree with you more.
Look at that. You are lucky. Look at that.
Yep.
She's gorgeous.
See that little baby?
How old is she now?
22 months.
Wow, it's wonderful. But you're a lazy dad, aren't you? You don't do the nappies and stuff.
Oh, you kidding me? No, I wouldn't go.
See, you shouldn't be proud about that. You should be somewhat
No,
ashamed.
it's not proud. I'm just, you know, I'm resolved that this is not my, you know, and I'm resigned is more the word, I think. And that's pretty resolved, believe me.
Now, simultaneously, you happen to have a brand new album just out, which has already been a huge hit in England. Is it actually out here in the States?
It's just out a week or so, yeah.
Just out, yeah. And the title of that is Scary Monsters, and of course one might feel there's some link between that title and the fact that you play something that could be described as a scary monster in the play, but is that just coincidence?
Synchronicity. Synchronicity. I mean,
what does synchronicity mean?
It's exactly what you said. Well, kind of a coincidence that it's... well, let's go into the Jungian side of it. It's something I was working on, as I say, before the thing actually was cemented. It's quite likely that the idea of Elephant Man did stay with me as the title, but I know
just on my memory reference, that it actually came from a Kellogg's cornflakes packet. On the back they were giving away, it said, buy your copy of... No, but copy, you don't get a copy. Well, these days you may well get a portfolio of Kellogg's cornflakes. Buy your packet of Kellogg's cornflakes, and inside you will find scary monsters and superheroes. So you presumably found Superman and Nosferatu's in. We're coming back to England intermittently. We're doing the Phoenix Festival. I know we're doing that.
Any truth in the rumours you're doing to Ziggy? That's what the NME were running.
Found out, did you? Yeah. Not a chance, not a snowflake's chance in hell.
I wouldn't have thought so.
No, just the hair.
Just the hair. Yeah.
We want to talk about the chair.
Okay.
Shall we talk about the chair?
No, you talk about whatever you want, but...
This is the second worst chair I've sat on today.
Show them the chair.
Look at this chair. That chair. The first one is owned by Richard Branson on Virgin Airlines. And he has... Oh, no, they're fabulous. Virgin Airlines are great, except this one. It's the 747-200 series. And they've left the old chairs on, the Chinese chairs, but they just put Virgin material on it. And you can't, you know, it won't go anywhere. It's all... And so I slept like that. I've been up for 29 hours.
We can tell, can't we?
This is me straight, buddy. You're lucky you didn't know me 25 years ago. How are you doing?
I'm great, actually. Great.
Good.
You used to stay up for 7 to 8 days at a time.
I did indeed, yes.
Now, what's that like?
I had a lot of friends. And you've got to give friends time.
Was that the drugs, then?
What, that attracted the friends, you mean? The reason I had friends? Probably, yeah, I imagine. They all disappeared when I stopped doing drugs, so I think you're probably right on the money.
I've grown up as much as he's grown up. Hopefully I've grown up a bit faster, because I've got to be a bit a bit further there.
Yeah.
But it's been the most rewarding thing for me, and probably the most fulfilling thing in my life.
But did you actually tell him, you mean, about all the things you went through in the 70s in Los Angeles with drugs and sex?
Oh yes, he knows all about those things.
Yes. Yeah. Well, at what age? Because I wonder myself, where can I tell?
Only over the last 2 or 3. Well, what sex problems have you had in the last few years? Tell me about.
Not about sex problems, but I mean.
Or drugs and things you've done, and I'm sure I can find the books. I want to be there, you know, help her through the dictionary, help her build a library up, things like that.
A teacher?
You know, walking and talking stuff. I mean, now it's like ideal, because I had a conversation today that was just unbelievable. It was approximately, Daddy. Hello, darling. Hello, but Daddy. Yeah? Then she got stuck on la la la.
David, you know what? There's a character on Big Brother who talks just.
Oh, I have to make as many decisions as anybody else every day. Yes, I do have to make decisions.
But
I consider myself fairly responsible.
I presume I wasn't doubting your own self-responsibility, but I'm saying you are better equipped than most people to make that kind of firm decision about your own future. I will do A.
That's
I will do.
Not what you said at all.
That's what I meant. If it's not what I said, it's what I meant.